For us, our lakes are going up. The combined lake level, I mentioned this earlier, is up to 36.6%. A week ago, it was at 26.7%. And by the way, 3 months ago, we were at 7.7%. I believe the lowest was 7.6% around 3 months ago as well, give or take a couple of days. But pretty huge improvements there, as our lakes have basically gone up nearly 30% from that event there in the hill country, which is huge. Lake levels individually, Choke Canyon sitting steady now for the most part at 24.9%. Over the last week, it has gone up by 0.3%. Lake Corpus Christi is up to 66.9% with a week change of 34.8%. And water is still flowing, like you just heard, into the lake. So we still have our flood warning in place from Tilden to Three Rivers through George West. And so that river crested at 39.3 feet at Three Rivers. It is now falling. Latest reading takes it out of major flood stage now, and we'll get out of flood stage in general. It looks like by Thursday morning there at Three Rivers, water will still be flowing into the lake then. But overall, still some decent water to add, but the rate at which it is increasing will start to slow down as we get the lower lake or the lower river flows moving in. As far as rainfall goes, there's not a lot in our forecast over the next several days. High pressure really still dominating across Texas, but we do still have a low chance for some rain. You'll see the high pressure strengthen into Thursday, and then it weakens a bit into the weekend. That gives us a chance for some rain, some hit and miss showers, but overall heat really remains the name of the game. Heat index values tomorrow and Thursday, some of the hottest we've seen is that high pressure builds a little bit. Then we drop it a teeny tiny bit as the high pressure weakens into the weekend. So the three things to know is we've got moderate to major heat risk. There is a fire risk in the brush country, especially with high temperatures in the triple digits. We'll have pop-up storms that are possible. So overnight we'll be in the 70s. As we get into tomorrow afternoon, there's those triple digits: George West, Freer, Benavides, Hebbronville, Falfurrias. 98 degrees there in Corpus Christi. Gusting wind still up to 30 miles per hour, but overall sustained 10 to 20. Our average high now is 96. But something you may be hearing a lot about here as kids are getting back into school practice is the wet bulb globe temperature. So this kind of factors in not only humidity like heat index does, but it factors in wind, sun angle, cloud coverage on top of temperature and humidity to determine that heat stress. And so this number will be lower than the actual air temperature, but if you're getting up to 90.1, that's a high risk for kids or even adults in the heat. We'll be flirting with that 90 number around 3-4 p.m. in the afternoon on your Wednesday. But overall, we're staying in the orange for the most part across the coastal bend. Some major heat risk expected into areas like Duval County, McMullen County. Overall, for Futurecast, here's our pop-up storm chances, mostly off west on your Wednesday. We see a slightly better opportunity for some rain on our Thursday. Those pop-up storms in the region thanks to daytime heat and our sea breeze, but overall rain chances pretty slim. We'll take it up to 20% on Thursday, but we're riding roughly 10% until Sunday, another 20% chance. Hey, that different thing I've been mentioning on the 7-day, that is the green and red line on the bottom. The green line means you are allowed to water your yard on your trash day. So since we're in stage 2, that green will indicate it's a watering week, and the red will indicate it is not a watering week.